What's going on, guys? So last tutorial we are we were talking about middleware and finished up some API refactoring. So after that, I just called this API later on. So this was just a JSON API. I just called it in my project because the question was asking that if they pass me by ID, station ID, I should return one of them. Okay, so I just created that API call. I used fetch, not fetch, and just created the promise, and then basically resolve the promise once response is there. Then if the response is okay, then resolve the data from the response, and then sending it back with data and a status true. If it has any problem, then sending null data with a false response. And that I am getting in my server, sorry, in service, which is station, where so my API function, what I'm returning from my API is nothing but an async, which is nothing but a promise. Okay, so I'm just resolving the promise. On resolve the promise, I have the result. Okay, whatever I was returning from their data and status. And if the status is good, then I'm just, if you follow my previous episode, it's I created a filter where I passed the filter condition over here, my ID equal to whatever item will be there, I will fetch from the server, that station ID that has to be equal. Okay, so I'm passing this lambda, this arrow function, and whatever data I got from the promise, result from the promise, which is this data, and after filter the result, I will pass it down to the controller. And controller is fairly simple. Controller is just getting the response, resolving the promise, and on successful resolve, it checks the status. If it is good, then send out the data to the client. If it is not, then an error occurred. Okay, and also um, in my router, I registered the route, and just added the token verification. If you are not sending me the token, I don't let you to access this resource. And then the controller, which is having this logic. Anyways, so basic refactoring, and this API has been added. So today I will talk about how to dockerize this application. I will not go through any jargon, like big jargon word and all those things. So like a like for kids, if I tell you that, let's say I created this image, and let's say you have your machine laptop. This is your laptop, okay? And this is your friend's laptop, okay? So in your laptop, what if I tell you that I can create small laptop in your laptop, okay? And in that small laptop, I can get you some pre-installed program. Okay, so you don't have to install it by hand. So you want to install MongoDB in your laptop, you don't have to do it. You can get a computer, okay, which already has MongoDB inside your laptop. You want Redis cache, you don't have to do anything. You can get a laptop already, small computer, small, very lightweight computer, which already has Redis cache. Okay, so uh, how do we, so the same for our application. Let's say I just created a small node.js program, which has nothing. I just created a folder and very basic baby server where I'm just listening to some port. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so now what if I want this program to be installed, this program to be installed one of those small basic computer. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, I mean, what I'm doing this is because I let's say I have this program in my machine, and I want to send it to my friend's laptop. Okay, if I send him all this code base, like previously I was working on this big code base, then this guy will be like, what is this, all this code? What I have to install for this? Okay, Node.js. He will go and install Node.js in his machine. Then he will go to the package.json. He said, okay, all these package I need to install. Then this program doesn't have any extra dependencies, but it can have, database, it can have other server and nginx and other things. Okay, he will be crazy by installing one by one all these things. What if in my desktop, okay, this is my small program, there is a folder, and over here there is one program running. What if I got a basic computer where with node.js installed, okay, from somewhere? Who will give me? Forget about it right now. What if I transfer my program on that small computer and I tell that, hey, uh, run it, okay, node index. If I do that, then this program will be running. What does that mean? It will be listening on port 3000. So if I go to localhost, if I go to port 3000, then it's already running, as you can see. So that program in this condition, running condition, I want to transfer it to this basic computer. I downloaded from internet. So there is a way you can download some basic computer from internet where has pre-installed program. In what I need in this basic computer, just node.js, okay? Because in my, if you see this program, this needs only node to run this program. So just node.js, I can get from somewhere, okay, the basic computer. And when I will get this basic computer, I will transfer all my code to this computer, and then I can just, I can somehow transfer this this small computer where my program is running to my friend's machine. Okay, how cool is that? That's what Docker does. Okay, there is a Docker Hub website where you can get basic computers, and you can build your customized setup of your basic computer, and you can pass it to someone else who is interested in that computer. Okay, so how to do that? um, Let me first show you how the Docker Hub looks like. So Docker Hub, if we go here, this is nothing but Docker Hub, and this is where we have small basic computer, like a small computer with postage running, a small computer with node running, redis running, small computer maybe with java running, and all those things. You don't have to reinstall a lot of things by your hand. Okay, so what I need to do in order to achieve this, okay, how do I get a basic computer, and how do I transfer all my code to that computer, and how do I run my application in that computer? I want to show you. Just bear with me 1 minute. Okay, let's do this. Let's create a new file in this directory, which is docker file. So this is the instruction this is where you need to pass the instruction. Before that, you need to run docker, and it's very easy to download docker from the website. I mean, if you go to docker website, it's very simple step to, I don't want to say how to install that. Okay, but after you install the docker, then you need to create a docker file. So over here you can tell that what you want. For me, I want a small basic computer where node.js is already running. So here I will say that node installed. Okay, node is already installed, and then first I want to do that. So some keywords are there to do it. Okay, because there is no GUI, you can go inside those small computer where is no GUI, you can manually install those things. Okay, Mm, you need to write it with some keywords and some commands. Okay, so let's say from is one, and then let's say run is one command keyword, and then copy is another, expose is another. I will explain all of them, and then cmd is one. Okay, so first what I want to do, I want to get a basic computer where node.js is running. You just tell this node 10. So node version 10, I want to get it. A basic computer where node and version 10 is running. That will do nothing but it will go to Docker Hub, and there will be a small computer where node 10 version is running. It will download for me over here, and it will give me a new brand new computer where node version 10 is running. Okay. So now run is nothing but if I want to install some additional thing over there. For now, I don't want to install anything. Only node is enough to run this program I created. Okay. Now copy. So what copy does is whatever I have over here, it will copy all my files, all my code files to the newly freshly created basic small node computer. Okay, so what I need to copy, just this file, index.js, to the freshly created computer's current directory. Current directory is, current position of the directory is dot. Okay, that's it. Then where I want to expose, okay, expose is a concept uh, which is like, let's say in your building you live in an apartment. Okay, so let's say all the your building address is like, let's say 7780 some boulevard. Okay, that's the street address of your building, and you have apartments over there, multiple apartments over there. Each apartment has a number. Okay, so that number is nothing but where outsider people can come and reach you. Okay, if you close that apartment's door forever, then how come outsider people can come and reach you? Okay, so that's nothing but a port in a computer. So computer has an IP like your street address, the apartment you are living in, and then inside that apartment you have multiple buildings. Okay, where building number where each application are listening outside request from network, where or network Wi-Fi, wherever it is, request can come, and I'm listening to that number. That's the only way I can communicate with outside world. Okay, IP plus a port number. So now what happens when you created this small computer, it is exactly the same as your physical computer. It has IP and it has a port number as well. I mean, it has a way to communicate with outside the world as well. So you want to expose that port. I mean, you want to keep your door open for the people, so that you want to have a door where if you keep it open, then outsider people can come and go inside. Okay, so that's basically expose is saying that expose over here in this application, if I port it to my basic computer, then I have to expose 3000 port, because 3000 port is the number where my program will be listening the request. So I have to open that door in that computer. Okay, so I opened that door of my apartment for the for that particular number. Okay, so now my computer is basic computer is installed, downloaded. Then I copied my file over there, and then I expose some number, port number, so that I can communicate on that small computer with outside world. Okay, and then I have to run obviously this part, node index. Otherwise the computer will the program will not be running, right? So that is nothing but the command. Okay, how many command you have? Two command. Okay, one is node, second one is index. Okay, and that's it. My docker file is ready where my instruction is there to create this small computer with my code. Now in the next video I will show you from this instruction how this program named Docker will create a skeleton of this program, and then how from that skeleton it will put flesh and create a rock solid computer. I mean, first from this thing it will create a design how the computer will look like. That is called an image. exactly what it means, how the computer will look like, the image, and from that image it will put the flesh and create put life and create the exact computer, which is nothing but a content.